Had to get my 5-year-old out here, get her hands dirty. Make sure you keep it straight. Helping build mommy's motor. You helping build mommy's motor? Yeah? What's good, grind schoolers? It's your boy, Rob, and today we are finally doing this LS motor. So this has been such a long time in the making. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, I've talked about it in so many videos, but we are now finally here. We've arrived and we are putting it together because, like I said, I want to put this Monte Carlo together, and I'm not trying to waste too much time. But anyways, you know what I'm saying, I'm not gonna talk too much because we got so much to do. We got so much to put together, and you know, just get to it. This is definitely not gonna be a how-to video. I'm just, you know, working how I work, you know what I'm saying? Me and my pops, we putting it together just like we put this small block together, and that's just what it is. But before we get into the video, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and share the video. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, y'all. So last time y'all saw me install the cam bearings, and right now what we're doing is we are degreeing the crankshaft. And we're having a little bit of trouble with this stupid tool like we kind of did last time, but looks like we're getting it together. You got to do the outer bolts to 53 degrees and the inner bolts to 80 degrees. And these, I don't really know, but we got our book here putting together an LS motor. So this basically tells us every single thing that we need to know in order to put this thing together. Like I said, this is not our first rodeo, but this is our first rodeo with an LS motor. So, you know, we're doing what we got to do to get this thing together. I'm hoping it doesn't blow up, but we're going to find out, you know what I mean? If it does, then we just tear it out and rebuild it and do what we got to do. But until it tears up, hopefully, knock on wood, it doesn't. But, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've had this motor in the car for 10 years and no issues whatsoever, and we're building this thing from scratch too. So let us finish up torquing these main caps down. I got to replace the bearing on this one because it's messed up, but let us finish torquing down the main caps, and then we'll start working on other things. All right, y'all, so I went ahead and threw a 4-inch piston ring in here just to kind of check the clearances for a proper oiling. And the book says for naturally aspirated top ring street race is 0.0018. I don't know if y'all can see that. 0.0, or not 0.0018, 0.018. And so we went, we checked it, and the gap, good to go. You know what I'm saying? So we already got loaded up the piston rings a long time ago. So it should be good to go. We just got to get the rod bearings on there, and then we can go ahead and install the pistons. They'll need to be cleaned first, and then we can go ahead and start getting our compressor, and then going ahead and throwing them in the block. And these are numbered. I'm hoping that they're balanced. I got them numbered from somebody else secondhand, so we gonna see. Hopefully it's all good. We gonna find out. The motor blow up, then I guess it is what it is. All right, so we're cleaning up the rods a little bit and installing the rod bearings. We got to make sure that the oil rings for the pistons, compression, and all that stuff is in the right location before we compress it and put it into the block. And my little one, y'all never seen her on camera before, but there she go. She's trying to get out of her car, so let me attend to her, and then we'll continue to keep moving. So we got kind of like an assembly line going here. And Pops is cleaning the pistons up. Then, you know what I'm saying, I got my little helper here helping me put the, or not the pistons, cleaning the pistons up. I got my little helper helping me get the rod bearings on there. Teach them while they're young, man. But yeah, let me go ahead and get her situated real quick, and then we'll finish up the last two. I think we got, what, one more? That's the last one? Okay, and then we could go ahead and start putting these things in the motor. All right. Moment of truth, man. It's a nerve-wracking part, because, you know, you can mess up the rings. So I think I got it all right, but we're gonna see. We're gonna find out here in a second. Let me make sure we're clearing the crankshaft. Oh, you know what? All right, make sure the journals are on here. All right. Don't want to scratch the journal up. Perfect. There we go. First one in. Now we can do the other ones. This is nerve-wracking, man, because you can mess up the journals, the scratch stuff, and whatever. So now I just gotta attach the other side, and we're good to go. So we're gonna do all the rest of the 7 other pistons, and then I'll show y'all what it looks like once we get all the pistons in there. All right, y'all, we got this whole row in. We got to do this. I just went ahead and put number 1 in. So we got 3, 5, and 7 to do. And then obviously when you go and put the piston in, you want to be careful to not scratch the journal surface. So that's why I kind of took my time and then hammered it in slow. But yeah, man, we got everything torqued down on the bottom end. We're almost done with the pistons, so then we can move on to installing the timing, or not the timing cover, the main seal that goes around along there. I'll clean everything up with some type of cleaner. And then I wanted to finish everything up, but it looks like we're not gonna be able to because I don't have oil pump bolts. So I thought that kit that I bought came with the oil pump. I don't know why it wouldn't come with the oil pump bolts, but I bought the oil pump. It should have came with bolts. Don't know why it didn't. And it also didn't come with, what do I want to say? Oh, the timing gear that I bought didn't come with the sprocket for the crank, which I guess that's separate. Cool. It's already on there, so we're good to go there. But it didn't come with the, no, I bought the chain. The chain didn't come with the gear that goes on the camshaft. So I thought it did. At least that's what it displayed, and they only sent me a chain, so I don't know. But I bought this a long time ago. I actually do have the gear that goes on the camshaft though, because I bought it separately, but they should have sent me all that stuff. If I'm buying an oil pump, I mean, clearly I need the bolts. I mean, I guess if you just swap it out, you wouldn't need it, but I mean, I'm building the motor from scratch, so I need to have the bolts. So I gotta order those, so we won't be able to do that, but we can get the cam in, we can get the retainer plate in, we could do the tensioner, we could do the timing chain, get all that stuff squared away, but I can't put the oil pan on or the front timing cover until I get those bolts. Because you gotta put the timing cover on the front in order to put the oil pan on for it to line up and got everything squared away. Like I could cinch it down and measure it and do all that kind of stuff, which I'll probably do just so I can kind of clear out some space. And then when I get the bolts, I'll just throw the oil pump in and then we'll be good to go. But we do have the lifters ready to go in. So They've been soaking and stuff like that. So once we do the cam, we'll be able to put the lifters in. We'll do the retainer plate, or we'll put the lifters in. We'll put the lifter trays in. Obviously, you gotta have them in the lifter trays. And then, yeah, man, that will clear up this whole table, this whole situation that we got going on right here. So we're getting there, man. We making progress. It's slow, but you know, slow is better than, you know what I'm saying, nothing. Is slow is better than messing things up. I also had to run to the store and buy a digital torque wrench, and it worked out beautifully. I mean, we should have did this a long time ago instead of fooling with this. This kind of stopped the motion for a long time, but you can kind of see it's messing up inside, and it just is trash. But we're good now. We're on a good pace now, so we should be finishing up at least what we can for now. And then obviously I also need head gaskets, and then I gotta go back through the heads and clean up the valves and stuff, and then we could build the whole long block. But you see that right down in there? That's a leaf. I have no idea how I got in there, but that's why we gotta make sure everything is clean up in here before we assemble everything together. I've already cleaned the cylinder walls out. I'll probably clean them out a little bit more. Go through it with the brake clean real quick, but yeah, man, we putting this thing together. Had to get my 5-year-old out here, get her hands dirty. Make sure you keep it straight. Helping build mommy's motor. You helping build mommy's motor? Yeah? All right, pay attention though. Hold it straight. See how the thing is not on the bolt? Put it straight. There you go. Now turn it, and don't turn it too tight, but just turn it to where, you know what I'm saying, like it cinches down. All right, y'all. So we had some difficulties, unfortunately, but we double checking everything, just making sure everything is all good, 100%, so that we have no issues when this gets into the car. But we got all the main caps torqued down. We got all the connecting rods, everything torqued down, bearings all greased up, all good. We got the gasket for the rear main seal. We got a new seal around the crankshaft, so we're good there. All those are torqued down. We were gonna do the oil pan, but I had to cut for this windage tray a little bit, and I also have to get some more bolts to go on there. I thought I had them, but I don't. So unfortunately, we gotta wait on the oil pan, or the oil pan would be going on right now. I mean, I guess I could just put it on there and like secure it, or just hold it in there in place for a little second. But just to cover everything up, because I want to make sure that there's no dust and dirt getting in here, especially after I cleaned it, everything like that. But now we're gonna flip the motor over, and we're gonna put the camshaft in there and the lifters, and I think that's the end of our journey today, because it's getting hot out here, and I think that's as far as we can go. So, but yeah, let's go ahead and flip the motor over, and then we'll get to installing the camshaft, and yeah. All right, y'all, so we're gonna go ahead and install the camshaft. I was wrong, it's a Torker V3, I guess is what I got. So, in doing so, we wanna try to get the assembly lube and the lobes. I guess we can start there. Just working. And she is going off. Yeah. All right, y'all. The key to this is just taking your time so the cam doesn't drop and snag one of the bearings and mess it up. I'm sure, obviously, if you've been following my channel or, you know what I'm saying, and you've seen people build motors and stuff, like, they'll tell you that. So, ain't no secret, you know what I mean? You don't want to damage nothing internally. So that's why we taking our time with this, you know? And making sure we're getting lube everywhere. I don't know if you got to do it right there, but we're doing it anyway. I'm stuck on one. Just twist it. There we go. All right. Tough on this last one though. That's what you need the hands for. Perfect. Okay. Last thing, lifters. We done. All right, y'all. We got the camshaft in there. You can see, boom. Usually you put in 2 bolts that go into the camshaft to kind of hold it when you get to the end. Unfortunately, I don't got those bolts, so I had to kind of just balance it a little bit, rotate it so it doesn't get caught, and then slide it up in there. It wasn't too difficult, but essentially the camshaft is not difficult to install. You just got to be real careful. Take your time. Don't damage nothing. You should be straight, but we in there. Now we got to go and get our lifters. They've been soaking in, you know what I'm saying, some oil with some zinc, some oil additive. And now we go ahead and put them in. They're LS7 lifters, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna install them in the lifter trays, and then I'm gonna go ahead and put them into the block. And then that's gonna conclude our series. Oh yeah, we gotta put the retainer plate on. So we're gonna put the retainer plate on, then we'll put the lifters on, and then I think that'll conclude our mission today because I don't have the bolts for the sprocket for the camshaft, and then I don't have the bolts for the oil pump, and I don't have the bolts for the windage tray. So I gotta order all that stuff, and then after that's done, the motor will be built. So we getting there, y'all. We getting there. All right, y'all. So we got everything pretty much in. Got the cam in there, cam retainer plate in there. There's a few things that we still got to do. So at this point, I'm gonna cover up the motor with a bag. We got the lifters in there with the lifter trays. This side is good to go. This side I got to take out and check, make sure that they're in correctly because there's an oiling valley on this side of the motor where the pistons are, and there's an oiling hole where the lifter is that I didn't account for or didn't look at. So I didn't know if they were directional or not, but clearly they are. And then we got to order a few more things. And then after we order everything else, we're good to go. We need head gaskets. We need the bolts for the valley trays. We need, like I said, the oil pump, the camshaft, and not the valley trays, the lifter trays. And then the valley cover, the valley tray, we need bolts for. So other than that, I think we're good. Once we get all that stuff, we can button this whole thing up and, you know what I'm saying, call her good. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the heads, get the valves cleaned up, so the next time we come back out here, we could just go ahead and slap everything together, do top dead center, degree to cam, get all that good to go, ready to, you know what I'm saying, turnkey start up. Go ahead and slap the head gaskets on. I need bolts for the heads, so I need cylinder head bolts too. But I'll go ahead and get all that together. By the time we get all that together, man, the whole long block will be ready to go, and then it'll be ready to drop in the car. So not too much left to go. I just need a transmission and we're good, man. So like I said, we're getting there. I won't conclude this video until we're done with the whole short block. I can't guarantee that it'll be a long block. I might just set the heads on there, but we'll see. I'll go ahead and put everything in my cart right now just to see what's going to happen. But I'll probably go ahead and just finish up with the short block, put the oil pan and everything on, put everything on, and then we'll conclude the video. For me, it's gonna be, you know, maybe a week. For y'all, it'll be 2 seconds. So let me go ahead and put this up for now, and then we'll order everything up, and then we'll finish this on out. All right, y'all. So we got the timing gear installed, camshaft installed. We got TDC, top dead center. You see our little loop here and our dot there. They match up like they're supposed to. Yeah. What else we gotta do? I need to get some more bolts for the valley tray, and then once I could do that, we're good to go. Now we're about to do the oil pump. Oil pump's on there. We put the timing cover on there. We'll be good to go. We can start buttoning up everything, closing this motor up. So still need head gaskets, still need lifter tray bolts to go in there. And yeah, I mean, we're moving right along though. All right, y'all. So we went ahead and finished up the motor. There's still plenty that needs to be done. Like the timing cover's not torqued down. We still got to torque that down. We're waiting on the oil pan. Back here, I was thinking about it and considering it. Dash told me about the dumbbell that goes in here, and I thought about it and I left it in there. But you know, I think since I'm here, I might as well replace it because I don't want to have no oil pressure issues. So we'll probably go ahead and take this back cover off, replace that little dumbbell back there, cinch it all up. Once we're done doing that, we can go ahead and cinch down the oil pan, cinch down the front cover. And then I don't have any head gaskets, so these are just sitting on here for like mock-up purposes, I guess, just to see what it looked like. And then obviously the intake doesn't go on until the motor goes on because you need the top plate to go into the car. So, you know, like I said, it's just sitting here just for idea purposes, and we got to clean the heads up, you know. But once it's done, man, I think it's going to look pretty good. Going to be pretty slick in there. What you think? Should be all right. Yeah, so I think it's turning out pretty good, man. Like I said, it's pretty dusty, so we gotta clean all this stuff up. I just got it sitting on there. Like I said, you can see the bolt hanging out. We haven't torqued none of that down because we still gotta clean up the heads, clean up the valves, put the valve stem seats or whatever they're called in there properly, and then after that we should be good to go, man. The motor will be sealed up, and then it'll just be sitting there waiting until we get that one out, get whatever we need done with that, get the transmission, Terminator X, and we LS power, baby. So we're getting there. All right, guys, schoolers, that's gonna do it for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. The motor is not all the way complete. Like I said, I still need some things. I need some head gaskets. I need that dumbbell underneath the rear timing cover. I need head bolts, and I need to cinch down the oil pan. I didn't cinch down the oil pan because I got to take the rear cover off, and you got to put the silicone and all that kind of stuff. But everything else should be good to go. The engine is almost 100% done minus accessories. Once I get accessories, heads or headers, this is a complete motor. It's ready to drop in the car. All I need is transmission and Terminator X and fuel lines and all that kind of stuff, and the Monte Carlo's good, man. But anyways, man, I know this is a long video. I wasn't gonna finish it up, but I decided to go ahead and finish it up so y'all could see the end results of the motor. No sense in dragging it on. So you guys were able to see that, so we're good to go. But anyways, man, go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and always remember, work hard so you can live free.